And we're back. Episode 37. Mr. Bryan Kern with me as always. Say hi, motherfucker.
I was sorry. I was trying to seduce everybody with my eyes.
You did a hell of a job. I'm rock hard over here. And welcome our guest, Mr. Matt Davin. First time having Matt Davin on the show.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
You know, you look awfully familiar, Matt. You look like someone that we might have had on once or twice before.
I don't know what you're
Were
talking
you about to say you look like somebody I used to know? Because that Godier song is out, man. That is not the shit. I guess I should ask you guys how you're doing.
I'm doing good, man.
I'm doing great. Had a COVID scare at work this past week, but as of this morning, 6 a.m., I am negative. So,
thank God! I was going to say you come on the show with a COVID scare. What about us?
It's coming through the microphone.
No, that's not the only thing coming.
My fiance and I gave blood, and they tested you for antibodies.
Not at a clinic or anything, just like during a seance.
She negative for antibodies. My results are out there. I just haven't bothered to look at them yet. So,
yeah,
legit.
I don't know. I can't tell you for mine. I'm assuming negative because she was negative. So, yeah. I'm gonna deduce that I'm negative. So who knows? Well,
thank God, because after sharing that needle with Johnny Craig, I thought you got Hep B or something. Oh man, it's been
I recently tested for that as well. We're good. I'm fine. We're good.
All right, yeah. Shouts to Johnny Craig and Hep B. This episode is brought to you by Hep B.
Me and Matt, actually, one of the first times.
Whoa, hold on. Don't say me and Matt after I just said Hep B. What's wrong with you?
Talk about the time you contracted it as well. One of the first times we met Johnny Craig at a show.
Put that branding on.
He invited us backstage because we gave him the old mating sign. We gave him one of those.
We did do that.
And he had just been in his car accident, and he was actually trying to He was trying to solicit painkillers from fans and shit.
Time out. Matt, I don't know if I ever told you the story of the first time that I saw Dance Gavin Dance was introduced to them, but it was San Diego Soma 2007, right? It was the week before Downtown Battle Mountain came out, and Johnny was all sorts of fucked up. We had never met them, seen them, knew anything about them. And they kept saying that their singer was in a car crash the night before. Come to find out, they had been saying this every fucking night of the tour because he's on drugs and looks like he was in a car wreck. So after that, he starts asking people on Myspace if they have any painkillers to bring him. And I'm sure a bunch of naive fans brought him some. But yeah, the reason he invited us backstage was because we brought him fucking Vicodin.
Not surprising, but I don't think that you ever told me that story for some reason. That's weird.
I totally forgot about it, man. Like that was our introduction to him. And the other bands that played afterwards said, "Hey, give it up for those guys. Their singer was in a car wreck." And I'm thinking, is this a joke? Because like now that shit has hit the fan.
We actually went and hung out at the strip club that shares the parking lot with Soma, and they were all hanging out there.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. So we hung out with them and the dudes in the Day to Remember there for a minute.
Speaking of 2007,
wow.
Alisana, shouts to Alisana and Sean Mike. Speaking of 2007, shouts to Blinded Black. They were what was it? Was it post-hardcore, metalcore?
They were like a post-hardcore, but they were using the synths. They were using the Under Oath style post-hardcore. They were
right around the time when it was like really cool for bands to start using keyboards and stupid shit. They were doing that sort of stuff. And I was told by Will Swan that when they had broke up, it was on a Dance Gavin Dance tour. Will told me I started the argument that broke them up. Okay. I go on a random post on Facebook, and it's basically one of those remember all these bands type posts, and one of them is Blinded Black. I comment that Dance Gavin Dance started the argument that broke these guys up. 2 members from Blinded Black commented and said, "Oh, that's news to me." So apparently I was fucking incorrect with that. I was told wrong information. And the Blinded Black guitarist now is subscribed to us. So shouts to him. Shouts to that band. Yeah. That was kind of interesting.
What up, big guy?
Oh, Brian's such a fan. I could just call you a mark, but that seems rude.
I do what I can. I feel like I'm more of a content creator. I mean, if anything, that was a soundbite. I feel like, it was catchy.
We are in the content creation business. I'm gonna start with the. How do I word this?
I don't know.
The news that I was the happiest to read this week. You ready for it? Tim Lambesis of the band As I Lay Trying to Kill My Wife recently suffered burns to 25% of his body. How, you may ask? No, he was not set aflame by Christian protesters. He was pouring gasoline. I guess he got gas all the fuck over himself. I imagine it went something like this. And so he's all burned up. His wife is still alive, thank God. And my question for you guys, should he have just burned up, or are you looking forward to another As I Lay Trying to Kill My Wife album?
Contrary to popular belief, it was not one of the members of I Set My Friends on Fire that lit him on fire. Although many people believe that to be the case, it was not. He indeed was just trying to put gasoline in his car. No shit, you're on the right path though. When I initially heard it, I thought to myself, what did that crazy fuck do this time? Like, did he light himself on fire on purpose? Was he fucking just out there trying to do a seance? Was he going full devil worshiper and like just
Inferno match?
Oh man. And like, if you look at the picture of him in the hospital bed, he's like, hey, like, what up? But it's a body cast, bro. You're burnt everywhere. It's not just not just like you got some blisters on your arm or you fucking sparked a match. You're in a body cast. So what the fuck?
He is.
I got nothing to say about that except that you burn yourself like that, it's definitely going to take longer than 94 hours to heal. So
I would get that if I listened to them.
Yeah. Oh, that was a banger.
That's all I got, and it might date me, but that's all I got.
All right, Brian, was that one of their old songs?
Oh, it was their most popular song, bro. It was the fucking banger back in the day.
They had double pedal. They had double pedal. This kick on this song that was just blow your fucking mind, man.
The music video was at Soma. It was a live video of them fucking jamming the track, and it was fucking great. Oh man.
That's one of, and I'll say it's one of many bigger bands in this scene.
Oh, phenomenal!
Yeah, give it up for Matt Davin. What might be joke of the year.
So like
oh shit, my guy.
Oh man. Oh, what were we talking about? As I Lay. As I Lay, I feel like I never personally got into them because, when I found Devil Wears Prada, they were replaced. I didn't need an As I Lay anymore. If I'm going to listen to Christian metalcore, it's going to be the good shit. People that don't try to kill their wives. Matt, you've never tried to kill your wife, have you?
Off the record, no.
Hey, dude, he's trying to get a house, bro. He's not about to pull out dirt on himself right now.
Come on, man. No, she definitely would have been the one.
Matt is so chill. I'm the crazy guy. I'm the crazy Matt.
Yeah, she definitely would be the one to kill me. That's for sure. So,
well, if you go missing,
now you know.
I definitely won't be. I guess I'll search Gina from the Eastern Bloc first. Bitch. Oh, too far? Oh, too bad they don't matter. This was interesting. Brian, you brought this shit up. Known predator and all-around creep, Tyler Carter, formerly of Issues, has resurfaced with a new band with the Attila guitarist Chris. I don't even fucking care about your dumbass name. Is anyone going to listen to this Predator band? Like, Tyler was ousted from his band for being a creep and going and like being solidified going after young dudes. Like Tyler always says he was bi, but he's mostly gay. And he has a history of going after young people. It's bad. He didn't stay away very long at all, and it's not a shock that the Attila guitarist wants to team up with them. I would be sick of Franz too, but damn, you go for the cash cow. You get the kid that sings like he's in a boy band, but he's out there fucking all the little boys. You can't do this shit. Was it Justin said they started a clothing line, or Tyler Carter has a clothing line? Is that true?
I have no idea. I know that they're going to do what they can to stay relevant. And unfortunately, people in this day and age do forget that he is a creep and creepy things happen. Does that mean that I'm not going to listen to it? I'll probably listen to it. Do I expect it to be
Fucking poser.
anything good at all? Absolutely not. In fact, I expect it to be probably a cheaper version of Issues meets Attila, which is already like an Issues meets Attila. So, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not excited about it. I think if I was, I don't know.
We already have Palisades. We don't need Tyler Carter to come back and do more of this shit.
Jordan Blake tried this 8 years ago and it did not work. So just stop.
8 years ago, 8 days ago, man.
Oh well, I was talking about the relevant one. The one that
Are you
people
sipping a seltzer?
No, it's actually. So check this out. I am sipping a Farmland All Organic IPA. It's a 7.5%, and it's kicking, son. I think he might have wanted to boot me because I'm being a snob over here. But
no, I'm sick of it. This is disgusting.
What are you drinking? I saw you. What do you got over there? Since we'll fucking.
Come.
What is it? Oh, is it cum? Oh.
Holiday eggnog.
Is it like eggnog? I thought it might be like a White Russian or something.
I don't know if it's a White Russian or a Black Russian, to be honest with you.
It's just cum.
Tastes kind of horsey.
Alrighty. Okay.
Did you have news on Bob Dylan? Because I wrote down Bob Dylan, but I didn't have anything else with it.
Yes, last week.
Was I supposed to talk about Bob? Did you know Bob Dylan's son is in a terrible band called the Wallflowers?
Oh, no.
The only difference
he picks the worst song.
see.
Come on.
He picks the worst song, first of all.
Everybody the same.
No. Everybody knows he's in a hot
as they used to be.
Yep. Everybody knows that if you're gonna go with the fucking Wallflower song, you go with the one from Godzilla. We could be heroes.
There's so many songs about being heroes, though. I'm thinking Chad Kroger,
which I believe was a David Bowie cover. That wasn't even their fucking song, unfortunately.
Ooh, poser.
There you go.
Hey, I'm just saying, I loved the song growing up as well, but I found out later he didn't even write the goddamn thing. So.
And that's how disappointed I was when I found out Faith wasn't an original Limp Bizkit song. It's fucking horseshit.
Oh no.
Did you know Orgy didn't write Blue Monday?
I did. Pretty sure.
Fucking New World Order.
You know what?
And it's not even the New World Order that I thought of.
You know what? They also didn't write anything good after that, so actually, what was the one song? She Dreams in Digital.
Dreams in Digital. Cause it's better than nothing. It's terrible. That's
we could kill a fucking
catch us every Thursday for the worst songs of the late 90s, early 2000s. Coming nowhere near you, ever.
Catch us every Thursday at the Tilted Kilt in fucking Palm Desert.
What? Hitting on Dina?
It's okay.
Oh, too far? I go too far? Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate she works there. Other news.
Wait, no, we didn't cover the Bob Dylan news. First of all,
there was actually Bob Dylan news.
Last week, when we were interviewing Andrew Wetzel from Attack, we alluded to the fact that Bob Dylan was selling his catalog for over 9 figures, meaning he was selling it for over $100 million. That total has come in, and apparently has come in. There you go. He has allegedly sold his catalog for over $300 million. That is fucking bananas, dude.
That's $300 million more than I've ever paid for a Bob Dylan record.
What I hate is people are having this discussion. How can you feel so good about making that money? And how can you this? And how? First of all, shut the fuck up. This man has wrote some music and has decided to hold out and now sell it for a ridiculous amount of money. And any of you that are upset about it or pissed off about it can go eat a dick. Thank you.
So can baseball.
So can baseball. Eating a dick.
Yeah,
you know what?
Especially the Houston Astros.
We also eat box. Matt, do you box?
Of course.
I hit the wrong button, but that's informative.
Of course. Cheers. Can we get a cheers? Can we get a cheers, guys? I think.
Man, cheers! Cheers, everybody.
What are you drinking, Matt? Clearly, it's not cum.
It's depending on your definition.
Is it tree cum?
Yes, possibly. I believe it comes from.
You believe it comes? Okay, that's a lot of it. That's a lot. Oh.
From the stalks of corn.
Ew, bro, corn cum? Like cum
This
powder?
episode is brought to you by alcohol, making this show not make sense since 5 minutes ago.
Like cum corn? Hey, let's be real. Creamed corn is just corn people have cummed in. That is, it is
no
all
one
that
ever talks about the Cannibal Corpse B-side, I Cum Corn.
Oh, damn.
Oh, just lost 300 viewers with that.
Hell yeah. I cum corn.
All right, speaking of penises, Cyberpunk 2077 has been removed from the PlayStation Store. Yes, this is epically a massive failure. The most popular game to be released possibly the entire year, Cyberpunk 2077, does not work on last-gen consoles like the Xbox One or the PlayStation. What are they at? 3? 4? 4, right? It's 4?
9.
Yeah, it's like 4 or some shit. Apparently the game doesn't work at all. Our correspondent, Justin Jack, actually tried playing it, says it doesn't work at all, and got refunded. So now they've removed it from the store entirely, so you have to own the new PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X if you want to play Cyberpunk 2077. I know Matt Davin wants to play it because you can fully customize your characters for an online experience, including big tits and huge dicks. How do you feel about modifying your character's genitalia on a video game?
Ooh, I love it.
What is this? Hey, what is it? Oh, I thought he was trying to like time out. I thought he was trying to exit side screen. Like, hey,
I thought he was trying to give us a gender sign.
That's
you know how in
neutral.
wrestling, in wrestling, if someone really gets injured, they throw an X up, and that lets, hey, we need real doctors out here. This isn't a joke.
Also, an overrated receiver for the Cowboys likes to throw up an X.
I thought you were trying to like get us into the private chat. Be like, hey, bro, I can't talk. Hey,
no,
bro, we can't talk about that.
+1.
I actually got really excited when I heard that you can be trans in that game because I've seen some pictures. I've never modified my genitalia on a video game character, so it sounds hilarious. It's super funny to me because we talked about it last week, that there was a glitch causing penises to pop out of the player's pants, and they're actually defined. Like there's a head, and you can tell what it is. The tits are the same way. It's full blown. So like you could have huge bolted on knockers and like an 8-foot dong, and that's what I'm getting next year. Not an 8-foot dong, but Cyberpunk, and I'm going to play with an 8-foot dong. Not play with an 8-foot dong, but my character's going to have an 8. Not like in him, but he's going to. You know what? Just you know what I mean. You
get it. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, Matt, do you give a fuck about Cyberpunk 2077?
To be honest, this is going to be the first time I'm fucking hearing of it. I guess I'm just too old, but I mean, I'm sorry.
Boot him.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god! We're not supposed to boot guests, but damn it!
No, hey, listen, we're not supposed to boot guests, but we have a standard on this goddamn show, and if you're gonna come on here, we expect you to at least know one.
To know everything.
You won me over with the 94 hours joke, sir, but you took a steep cliff with not knowing what Cyberpunk was.
So you don't watch TV? You haven't seen the commercials with Keanu Reeves?
No, man, I don't.
Oh wow!
I don't know what I don't. I got all the streaming shit, man. Apparently Hulu doesn't pay for those fucking ads, so I don't know what to tell you.
And they also don't pay for this show, so don't ever plug them again if you don't expect some kind of goddamn compensation.
Yeah, good point.
Right. Good point.
Good point. Is he fucking serious right now? Good point.
Good point.
Tongue check your shitter box.
All right, I'm going to timeout.
I'm just kidding. Boot me. I'm out of control.
Okay, you didn't even do anything, but whatever. All right, Matt, I got some news that's going to really break your heart. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the much touted... Oh, Brian's trying to smoke off camera? Okay, my bad. The highly touted reboot for the Disney Channel series Lizzie Mcguire has been called off.
What?
No Lizzie Mcguire reboot. The writers and Disney could not agree on what topics to cover for a more mature, grown Lizzie.
Wow.
interesting. They're trying to move it to Hulu, which Disney also owns, and it was because it was originally going to launch on Disney Plus. I don't know about you guys, but Hilary Duff is one fine ass mother, and I would love to see her back on television. Oh yeah, she's.
I think
it ain't a Coke bottle. That's a pomegranate bottle, bro.
I think she'll go down in infamy for being proposed to and then given.
Oh yeah, she sucked the dude off right away. That's how I knew she was like the chick for me.
With a blowjob, all while being caught by the paparazzi. But no, they're not. This wasn't like a viral leak or anything. This was the paparazzi just hanging out and going, "Oh my god, I'm catching a beautiful moment here. We just saw a proposal. This is fucking phenomenal." And they're snapping photos. Oh my god.
Let's be real.
Oh wow.
How good is a Lizzie McGuire blowjob?
12 out of 10. I can only imagine.
Matt's married, so he's not going to answer. I'm going to go ahead and say I need to find out. Did you just get dumped? You got dumped, didn't you? You got fucking dumped. Okay, yeah. Great content.
Both those responses are hilarious.
All right, well, thanks for filling us in on whatever you were told, you son of a bitch. All right, so no Lizzie McGuire. We're all sad about that. More sad news to bring you. Creed frontman Scott Stapp is going to play Frank Sinatra in a Ronald Reagan biopic. Yes, the expression on Matt's face is both your faces is perfect. Yes, that is the correct response. First off, why? Second, why? And 3, the fuck?
The fuck?
Oh, no.
When you look at Scott Stapp's beautiful mug, do you see Frank Sinatra anywhere?
No. God, no.
What about in his voice? I mean, you definitely hear it in his voice, right?
Yeah.
Can you take me higher? Blue eyes.
Whoa. That is ridiculous, dude.
I feel like you were working on that fucking punchline all week.
No, that was the other joke. That one just came to me.
That was such a horrible
Speaking
joke,
of came.
Matt. No. That was Matt has old B-roll jokes that he pulled from like an old radio station job he had in like 2001, and he'll go to him from time to time, and that was on there. That was on there.
It was 2007, I think.
I'm trying to date
6
you.
and 7. I don't know.
I'm trying to date you.
Bro, just take me to Ruby's and you got it.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Oh, you didn't get the joke? Wow. God damn it.
Yeah, I did.
All right,
Anyway,
thanks a lot, Brian.
Terrible idea, and I don't know where the fuck that they got that from, but I mean, obviously he knows somebody in that production team, and I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. That's ridiculous.
It's a valid point. It kept getting weirder because I'm like, what? Why him as Frank fucking Sinatra?
Okay.
And then, okay, Brian's trying to talk to his fiance. We're not doing a live podcast here or anything. The only thing that made me feel somewhat okay was like when it said Ronald Reagan biopic, which also like steers it in a different direction. Maybe he's just going to have such a minor role that it won't matter.
Well, I think that for sure, but either way, what the fuck?
You still did a terrible job in casting.
No, I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know.
Frank Sinatra in a fucking Ronald Reagan biopic.
Did you ever get to rent out Sinatra's house like you planned?
No.
Oh.
That's a 2 no's.
Okay, I had no idea Brian had those plans, but
I had no idea, man.
Well, of course Matt had those plans because he's like, yeah, I want to rent out Frank Sinatra's house and have a party in it. And I was like, well, of course you do.
No.
It would have been cool.
Have either of you been there?
I have, yeah. Once.
I did. I did too, but it was a very lame role. So
I've been by Bob Hope's house. Do you have a child? Whose child is that?
I don't know. What child?
Oh, that must have been a jungle. I honestly thought that was Brian. I was going to say, you got some splaining to do. Because at least I keep my secret family in check. Yeah, because when the hurricane rolled through Puerto Rico, I didn't call to check on them.
Oh, shit.
There's a Vice documentary about that, I think.
Yeah, it's called Dark Side of the Ring. And why haven't they covered Miss Elizabeth yet? I'm looking at you, Lex Luger. Like I forgot. Still bothers me to this day. She was beautiful. Brian, what other news you got? I think I'm fresh out.
I thought we were going to cover 6ix9ine for a hot second, but we skipped that. Are we not going to address our farewell friend? Are we not going to send him off into the sunset? And
we're not sending him off at all. We're just waiting until he has real news because there hasn't been anything on the 6ix9ine front. Like I was telling you, this might be the beginning of his fade into obscurity. He didn't hit the numbers he wanted to on his album sales. He honestly did get gypped. I think Billboard just doesn't like him. iTunes doesn't like him. His album debuts and no one has it on their front page. iTunes, you got to search for it. I had it pre-saved. It didn't download to my phone. It's never done that with any other artist. So there's for sure some bias going on. Love or hate the guy. But, he's vanished off Instagram. He's not doing it like he used to. He's got millions and millions of followers, and they're just wondering what the hell. They'll probably show back up next year. He's probably chilling for the holidays. He's got a super hot girlfriend somehow. Oh, doesn't he have a kid on the way, allegedly?
I mean, he's got a kid that he probably needs to start paying it. I don't know. Never mind.
I thought you were going to say start staying away from.
Anyways, no. Well, that too. No.
You got to stay away from it before it's even born.
I mean, we can. I do have a little piece of news, I guess. We could segue into the releases for the week, too, with this one. Did you guys get the chance to listen to August Burns Red's cover of Chop Suey by System of a Down?
I did.
Okay, what'd you think?
I mean, it's fucking heavy, bro.
Hey!
It's fucking heavy, bro. I was never a huge fan personally of the band, so I don't have like a super crazy input or opinion on it. But I mean, I thought it was good. I mean, it is what it is, So I mean,
I feel like ABR could totally be a metalcore band that you dig because like they're not about excess bullshit. They're still a Christian band. Incredible drums. Oh my god, super dope. They have such a solid catalog.
They're great.
So many good albums.
Yeah.
Because like the rest of the bands, like I'm not going to recommend Matt to listen to Slaughter to Prevail.
Oh,
because that's a one-time thing. He goes, okay, wow, bye. That's it. It's done.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about Slaughter to Prevail?
No.
Okay.
It gets weird.
Russian deathcore.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get bored, listen to their song Demolisher because he says some shit in like Russian. It's fucking brutal. Oh, we actually have a fan submitted question. Finally, if you can only choose one, chicken parm or eggplant parm, which one and why?
Neither.
Who the fuck is asking you, Brian? Get out of here.
Chicken, because eggplant tastes like shit.
Scott's dad. It's fucking.
Oh, still. Sorry, God.
No, it's honestly, eggplant isn't that bad. It's just that 9 times out of 10, nobody knows how to cook it, and it turns into some raw, slimy, fucking disgusting nonsense. So that's why I go chicken.
Correct. I will also say the skin on it can also kind of be tough or chewy, and both chicken parm and eggplant parm need to be breaded properly. Any kind of crispy Italian food needs to be properly breaded. It needs to be just a little bit crispy and Salt Bae, a little bit of salt and spices on that motherfucker.
Agreed.
He said 94 hours. It doesn't take 94 hours.
Oh God, I swear I'm running into the ground with this one. Brian, what did you review this week? Because I don't think I listened to anything.
I'm so glad you asked, Matt. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Okay, smartass. Just go ahead and give you the fucking floor.
My number 3 for this week was Puya and Fat Nick's EP, Drop Out of School 2.
Wow. Okay, hold on. Okay, time out. Matt, you don't know who either one of those people are because you have a fucking life.
Yes, I'm old.
Puya is a part of that Suicide Boys clique.
Say
Have
that
you heard
again.
of them?
Say that again.
Puya.
All right, thank you. I'm listening. I just needed to hear that one more time.
Pouya. Pouya.
Oh, dang. Okay. All right.
So yeah, he's one of those, and it's got an echo on it. Yeah, it sounds like Bone Thugs meets 3-6 Mafia. It's like that whole. What is the Suicide Boys clique? Like, do they have a label or something? Because that's what he comes from. Like, I don't like him. And Fat Nick, I think I have the right guy. He's fat. His name's Nick. I believe he might be gay, right? Doesn't he have a lot of rainbows on his album covers? Am I thinking the same guy? No, well, Pouya, yeah, but Fat Nick.
I don't know. I don't
Bitch,
care.
I'm Googling this. I don't care either. It's interesting.
I'm a Pouya fan, and I'm more so a Pouya fan than a Fat Nick fan.
Hold on, looking up Fat Nick right now.
I believe Pouya was just associated with the Suicide Boys. I don't believe that he was ever like a full-fledged. He is associated with.
No, he's just out of that clique.
But and anyways, my sister got me into Pouya a while back, and I'm not really into like the Suicide Boys style. Like, I'm not into that weird, even Ghostman can be kind of fucking weird sometimes.
I can't stand that shit. I hope him and Poppy are miserable together. Speaking of trash,
Pouya can actually spit. Hey, relax. Pouya can actually spit, so I feel that should be noted because his lyrics are very, very well thought out. And when he does actually rap and he is actually he goes in like you would expect any type of like SoundCloud era rapper to go in. And I think that he's a little bit above the SoundCloud era. They got their own thing. Suicide Boys is well known, and the acts that he's associated with, Germs and other ones, they're well known enough to where Pouya in himself is well known enough. So is it the best hip hop of all time? No. Matt, do I recommend you listening to it? Probably not. Okay, I don't want to lose you as a friend. Okay, Mr. Davin, I appreciate you as my
the Ren and Stimpy of rap. Pouya and Fat Nick.
Hey, I really enjoyed Ren and Stimpy, and I enjoy Pouya. So there
Fat
you go.
Nick is Stimpy, right? Because that's the fat one.
Of course. My number 2 is from Japanese.
Oh, you don't want to know my number 3?
Okay, go. No, you're right.
My number 3 is the deluxe edition of Conway's From a King to a God. Bonus tracks from one of the year's best releases. Did he just leave? Did he just fucking leave? He just fucking left, didn't he? Oh, that was great. This album's great. Conway, it's like one of his biggest albums to date, biggest guest appearances for sure. There's a song on there with Method Man. If you're a fan of real hip hop, that is the record to have. Brian was about to say his number 2. I don't know what it is, but mine is that Eminem Music to Be Murdered By Side B, which is enough to be a new album. There's more shit talking, so I love it. And there's more MGK hate, so I love it. Brian, what's your number 2?
My number 2, I'm expecting to get booted almost immediately, so I'll start talking, but I don't expect it to get out. Anyways, my number 2 is going to be from Japanese death metal band Nocturnal Blue.
Okay, well, that was a good attempt. All right. Japanese, huh? I guess not a fan of the Mongolian death metal or what? No, by all means, continue.
Listen, okay, all right. I had 2020's ended on a rough note with music. Okay, guys, I'm trying to come in with some.
We just had a Taylor Swift second album of the year. Yeah, I know.
Listen. This is actually really good, and it's not death metal at all. Okay, the reason that I found this out was because it was on the death metal or the metal subreddit, and people were calling it death metal. But it reminds me of like a 2007's Devil Wears Prada, 2008 Catherine, like some weird, grimy, really
I miss Catherine.
It's not death metal doomy. It's just a really aggressive metalcore. There's some clean singing that's mixed with like a screaming. I think it fit the metalcore genre really, really well. So yeah, the name of the album is called Unleash. It came out today. They're from Japan, but they do their lyrics and they speak in English, so you guys will enjoy it, right? So yeah, that was my number 2 this week. It was fucking great.
Sick. My number 1 for this week is going to be real fucking easy. And Matt, this won't be any shock to you. Too Short and E40 have an album together. Yep, it's about damn time that the two most classic dudes in the Bay come together. It's called Ain't Gon' Do It / Terms and Conditions. So it's almost like a Too Short album combined with a E40 album. But they do meet up in the middle. There's a lot of collaborations. There's just a lot of guest features. It's mostly Bay Area dudes. If you like West Coast hip hop, or if you're a fan of like that real shit, that hip hop shit from back in the day, this is a dope ass album. I loved it. The beats are dope. It just keeps West Coast moving on.
Biatch.
No, aggressive. Okay, hold on.
Brian's never
yeah.
listened to Too Short.
Oh.
I've listened to Too Short. Okay, I don't understand why you got to come in aggressive like that. Anyways, was that your number one?
That's my number one, baby.
All right, my number one was Sheff G. This is my first time listening to Sheff G again. I was just scrolling through the hip hop news section, and
Is he a chef?
the album came up. I don't believe so because it's spelled Sheff.
Oh, like Sheffield.
Oh, sure, yeah, whatever.
Sheffield G.
His album "Proud of You Now" came out today, and I enjoyed it. He's got a. You guys remember the movie Insidious? There's one specific scene that stands out, and it's when the mom is cleaning the house, and there's a record playing, and the record skips, and it starts playing this tiptoe. I want to tiptoe. This like weird old 1920s like style, boop scoot style of music, right?
Boot, scoot, and boogie.
And then there's like a fucking dead boy. He's all fucking gray and he's wearing old shit and he's like being creepy, right? Well, that
Trigger
scene
warning.
stands out. This dude, Sheff G, raps over this sample and it's fucking phenomenal, man. It is so good. He's also got an interlude on there called Anyone that's like 1 minute and 45 seconds long, and it's just like this very laid back, mellow. He almost mixes like a hip hop R&B. He gets really aggressive at times, and definitely talks some shit and talks about just all your stereotypical rap hip hop shit. But his beats are produced by DJ. I forget his fucking name, but
Yeah,
I'll get it. Give me a second. Because he says it very stylistically at the beginning of all the songs. And a lot of the tracks have this slower, more R&B tempo. But Sheff G, like he goes really fast, spits really fast over him. And so that was my number one. Again, I went with all new artists this week, other than Puya. My number two and number one were new artists because I feel that this week failed us. There wasn't enough out other than like some re-releases that were pretty decent. So
I want to know who the hell the DJ is he works with. I'm trying to look it up.
I'm getting it. Give me 1 second.
American rapper. Oh, he's from Flatbush.
Yeah. He calls out the Zombie Boys.
Flatbush Zombies.
Yeah. He also calls out the underachiever dudes too.
Oh yeah. They're both from Flatbush.
Yeah, not calls him out, but like it's good. I expect anybody to be into it. So yeah, Matt,
You were referring to the song "Tiptoe Through the Tulips" by Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim is that weird, tall-looking dude who's got all the creepy songs that appear in horror movies. Yeah, I wanted to say it was Tiny Tim, but I honestly don't watch horror movies because I find them to be retarded. I live a horror every day.
Wow, that's okay. That's unfortunate.
I'm kidding. Yeah, you know what?
Insidious was dope. Insidious was really good.
All right, 2 fan questions to get out the way. Maybe 3. All right, are you guys a fan of barbecue food? Well, I live in Texas. It's like whatever. Pork ribs or beef ribs, and why? Pork ribs, I don't even consider cows to have ribs. I dig the Jason mask in the background. So the Jason mask in the background is unfortunately a Hollywood Undead mask signed by all the original members that I can't auction off for a fucking $1.
And it's so funny because they just released an album. You think that their shit would go for a little bit more.
And the album, they've been consistently sounding better since I got that.
Oh, that's absolutely why then.
Dude, you weren't with me. Nick was with me. It had to be 2004, the Myspace 2-year anniversary concert. They gave me their stupid mask and signed it. And then they ended up being like, really? We were out of high school?
Yeah.
I felt like I was still in it. All right, so 2006. Yeah, that's when I did it. All right. Whatever. They gave me that mask, and they were like the most incompetent, just the worst people to ever, sign a record deal.
No.
The last time I seen them, we asked them, "Hey, you guys still sober?" He goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?" They're fucking stupid. Any Did you hear the track with Spencer from Ice Nine Kills? I think I have it on my phone and just didn't get around to it because I don't really. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with Hollywood Undead. Like, it's hard to like a band when you just know they're fucking dicks. Ice Nine Kills, you know, they're a band.
First of all, we can't ignore the fact that at one point Hollywood Undead probably
we were obsessed with them.
everybody.
I was a dumb college kid. What do you want from me, man? I was on drugs. That's probably why I like that stupid shit. Those guys, like, I went to that MySpace 2-year anniversary concert. They were supposed to debut their music video that they had filmed on the streets of Hollywood with the help of fans, because they sent out messages on MySpace inviting all their fans come out to like something in Wilshire in Hollywood, be a part of their video. Funny thing is, the video wasn't even done by the time that they went up there, and they couldn't perform because they had never performed, or they're fucking terrible. And so they literally never appeared. They were there, they were drunk in VIP, but they never went on stage and actually appeared to the crowd. So if you didn't seek them out, they didn't even appear that night as they were scheduled to. Then they were signed to MySpace Records, never dropped an album on MySpace Records. They got tossed around for 2 years, and they finally drop a record on, I believe, A&M, Geffen, Octane, some stupid sub-label that is not even Interscope or MySpace Records at all. You know who did release the first MySpace Records album? Mickey Avalon. Shouts to Heroin. Star Wars or Star Trek? That's easy. Star Wars. All day, every day. It's the only one. I don't even watch Star Trek.
That's because you're not 90.
Yeah, I'm not 90, and I barely even like Patrick Stewart. I mean, shit, I know him more as Magneto than... the hell did he even play?
I believe he was Captain
Picard.
Picard,
Jack
right?
Sparrow. Picard.
Why is it that you go to Star Trek: The Next Generation and not like the 1960s one with fucking William Shatner?
Did you know that the original Star Trek was actually one of the shortest running series in the franchise?
No,
Next Generation ran much longer than the original with William Shatner.
I know that Next Generation and Deep Space Nine were like two of the longest.
I forgot all about that.
Oh, yeah.
Those were, am I mistaken? Weren't those on primetime television in the early 90s? Weren't those a big deal for a minute?
Yeah.
I thought so.
I know my parents watched both of those and they were huge fans. So
my mom did.
Must have been,
I tried to get into it, but it really is nerdy. Like, they don't smile or there's no jokes. Like, there's never anything cool.
Yeah,
like
there is. Whoopi Goldberg's in it, bro. It's fucking...
Okay, if you ever bring up Whoopi Goldberg on the show, I might cancel the whole damn thing.
All right. What about
Sister Act? You're not a Sister Act?
Okay, Sister Act. All right, yeah. What are you going to bring up next? Look Who's Talking?
What
Who's
about
the boss?
What about LeVar Burton? Wasn't the Reading Rainbow guy? Wasn't he the dude with the
Ghost?
shit?
You're not a Ghost fan? You don't.
Oh, shut up! I thought LeVar Burton was the dude with the goggle thing on too,
I think so.
Are we just confusing the guy?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure though. I'm like 90% sure.
LeVar Burton was not fucking Gordy from fucking Star Trek. You guys are fucking retarded.
Okay, I said it. I called it. Okay.
I think it might have been Geordie too. It was Gordy, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god. Is MySpace Records still a thing? Hell no. MySpace Records was an imprint on Interscope. MySpace isn't even a thing, so damn sure the records are no longer a thing. Hayden, what is his name? Hayden something, the young Anakin. Well, not young, I guess Anakin is coming back to Star Wars in one of the 10 series they announced.
So is Homeboy, Ewan McGregor. Or Hayden Christensen.
That's his name. Yeah. Hayden Christensen. Yeah, that's Anakin. I'm stoked because I always thought when I think Anakin, I think of him. I hated the young Anakin. What, Hayden Christensen's not the right name?
No, I stand corrected. LeVar Burton 100% was Gordy from Star Trek. So
you son of a...
I was 90 on that, and I knew it.
It's cool. Brian will be booted from the rest of the show.
Hey, speaking of that, though, I did hear something randomly. Speaking of Star Wars, you mentioned you hated the young Anakin in those newer episodes. I think he's like in
jail.
No, I think he's like in a mental institution or something at this point. As far as
Jamie,
I know.
Jamie, can you look that up? Look that up, Jamie.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward.
I'll get right on it. Oh, here we go. I'm telling you, I think he's like went fucking crazy, and he's like in a mental institution for years now. As far as I know, that's what I heard.
Star Wars Episode 1, because no one knows that dude's name.
No. Who? But I know that
the young Anakin, the kid.
Yeah. The kid. He was in Jingle All the Way. I know that.
Oh my God, he was.
Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite movie. Well,
that is a good Christmas movie. The Turbo Man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cast
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. In April 2016, after being held 10 months awaiting trial in Colton County Detention Center psychiatric facility. Okay, so on June 17, 2015, Lloyd was arrested in South Carolina under the name Jake Broadbent for reckless driving without a license, and resisting arrest at a stoplight. Apparently, he has schizophrenia.
Yeah.
And was not released on bail because he needed a psychiatric evaluation.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, Padme! I'm only 8 years old, but you should have sex with me in the next movie. Oh, what the hell is that guy? Jake Lloyd, the footballer.
Wait, as recently as January 2020,
Padme, I'm in a mental hospital. Use the Force and save me.
Padme, that was the best.
Padme.
His family issued a statement saying that he was moved closer to his family and is officially being diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia.
Paranoid
schizophrenia.
He done lost it, man.
Schizophrenia. He's lost the Force. The Force is weak in that one.
The Force is not strong in that, psycho. Yo, that's not okay. That's an ableist term.
Yeah, it is.
Psycho. Yeah, we're not making fun of people in mental hospitals, but if you started in the Star Wars movie and then ended up in a mental hospital.
Did you just use the word ableist as a fucking, like, you cuck? Get the fuck out of here. How dare you, ableist?
Was that the first time you ever called me a cuck, you asshole?
Probably, and I'm going to continue to.
Oh, my God. I don't have anything else to review. Do we have any other movies to bash?
No, we should probably interview our guest.
I wanted to spend 30 minutes shitting on MGK. Can we do that?
We've spent 47 minutes shitting on everybody else, so I feel like we need to give some positivity.
Oh, shit.
Debut EP 1944. In stores now? Not really. It is available on all streaming platforms right now because it's 2020. All digital. Yeah, digital platforms. You can get the EP right now, so go and do that. Go download it right the F now. Stream the shit out of it. Matt Davin. Why the name 1944? What the hell does that mean? That's not even when you were born. I know you weren't around then.
Oh my God.
It's going to be your favorite.
And why the name Matt Davin?
Because that's my name. Well, that's my first name and that's my middle name. So
Davin's your first name, Matt's your middle name? Davin Matt?
No, the other way around.
Dance Davin Dance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, you already knew that. Why are you asking me? You made me a Twitter name, fucking 15 years ago.
Gantz Davin Gantz.
Yeah.
It was a great name.
I mean, that Gantz. That was some crazy shit.
I do. I don't have the DVDs anymore
because you gave them to me,
and I think you lost all of them.
Yeah, that shit's long gone, man.
Dude, there was so much shit I lost when I moved from your house that I forgot an entire shelf to pack. So I know I left behind the Christmas Story lamp with the leg, and I'm missing like 30 hats.
Oh yeah, that's just long gone.
Dude, what did you do with the leg? I knew you were stoked when you found it.
I don't know. That shit probably got left there. Maybe I held on to it for a couple of years, but it's been so long now. Who knows?
Everything from that era is dead.
Yeah. It's long gone. But anyway, going back to 44. So
1944.
Yeah. So I'm a big history and World War II. I'm not going to call myself a buff, but I really enjoy that era of history. So for me, it's 1944 is when we stormed the beaches and D-Day and all that kind of
Of
stuff.
Honolulu.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty much for me, it was like, this is my it's been so long since I put out any music or anything that was my own. So I really thought of it as, hey, these are my 3 songs that I'm storming the beaches with, and this is what I got to show. So that's kind of the history behind that.
I hella dig that. It's a classy way of saying storm the beaches.
I was gonna. So one of my questions was the inspiration behind it, like what gave it the World War II theme. So was there any deeper calling to that theme that because you were very specific, especially in the first song you were mentioning Omaha. I mean, you were very specific in the lyrics. So was there anything deeper calling you to have that theme as well?
Yeah, to be honest, not really anything deeper other than my fascination with it, and I just feel like these days there's just not a lot being, with the way that society is, not to get too deep with it, but I mean, it's like, I guess, like back on December 7th, that's like the Memorial Day for Pearl Harbor, and I swear to you, I didn't see one post on Facebook about any of that, but
you did though. Did you not?
I did
you
post
did.
something.
You did. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just one of those things where I feel like people are forgetting the past and deciding to cancel a lot of different cultures, and that being one of them, for multiple reasons. I'm sure people have, but for me, it's just like, again, it's just I've got that interest in it, and it's just a very interesting part of history. A lot of shit happened. My grandfather did serve in Korea and in the seas and stuff like that, but it wasn't that wasn't a huge part of it. But at the same time, it was like, I've just always kind of had a fascination with war and history, and history does repeat itself, and you shouldn't forget about things that did happen, even though they may have not been the best. It did happen, and I hate that people are canceling out being an American or being a patriotic or remembering things like that happened. So again, I don't want to get too in depth with that kind of stuff, but that's really.
Hey, it answers a question for me though, because if I may, the very first track is very passionate. Like the entire all 3 songs are passionate, but the very, I was gonna ask, like, who do you know was involved in this, and who do you know was a part of this, because it clearly comes from a place that you're passionate about. I believe one of the lines is "the greatest generation," and then something to the effect of "they're just left to die." And it's
JFK
like,
much?
I mean, it's, hey man, you're definitely you are highlighting a subculture that is definitely forgotten in the World War II themed era, right? But that generation in particular is on its way out, unfortunately, right? And there's very few of those representatives left and those pioneers left. And if we, hopefully the tradition continues where we celebrate soldiers and we celebrate veterans, as we do with other wars, right? And we continue to do that with the world wars. But you're right. I don't think there is enough attention to it. And man, I could have swore there was even deeper ties to this because of how the music came through. So
yeah. Well, no, I appreciate it, man, and it's again, there's nothing too deep other than just my appreciation for what previous generations have done to let us live our lives and complain about the shit we fucking complain about on a day-to-day basis.
And that's noble, man, and that's awesome that you're being that voice for sure.
Yeah, and again, shout out to HBO and Spielberg and Ron Howard. Go watch. It's been years now, but go watch Band of Brothers.
Yes.
I like to revisit it from time to time, but it's an amazing series, and it just gets me every time. I mean, watching it, it's just so emotional, and like, this is what these guys fucking live through. And I mean, I can't imagine fucking doing something like that in the year 2020. I mean, it just, to me, it's just an amazing period of time. along with other things. But it just always amazes me the shit that fucking people live through, and they went and did it, and they signed up to do it. You know, kids were committing suicide because they couldn't sign up for the war. You know, and it just shows how much time has changed, and that in itself is like, hey, pay attention to like what you're going through in your day-to-day life, because things are constantly changing. So don't take for granted what you got, you know, just live in the moment and appreciate it. So
Beautiful.
Very good message. This has been a drastic change that I've heard from you in your previous bands. You've kind of been more of like a rock, post-rock guy, post-hardcore kind of guy. You've been in different types of bands. This is like more contemporary. I was telling Brian before the show, this is something I would call grown man music.
I heard that, and that just, to me, that just means that I just make boring music now. So
if it was boring music, we would have covered this in a completely different light. I'm just like, how the drastic change from your other projects. Like, was this something where you felt like you had to get these songs off your chest?
No, to be honest, the one song that you said you liked, the second song, the second track,
Carousel.
That song I actually wrote probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a completely different. We changed the timing on that song in the studio a couple times and really kind of stripped it down and kind of created what it is. So that one was like straight acoustic, but the other two tracks on the EP were basically created in the studio and written from scratch. Basically, I mean, I had like
That's what you wanted to do, right?
Yeah. So it was bare bones of shit, and I just wanted to see what it could turn into with the creative stuff we had going, and that's kind of what came out. So
I dig it.
I think it borderlines like a groove rock and like an 80s pop.
All right.
But hey, listen, I think it meets like a modern indie flavor. Like, I want to say the lead singer of Saves the Day, like something that he would do, you know, in like his solo project, or even the Prize Fighter Inferno, like taking Claudio and like,
wow.
And hey, here's where I'm throwing that in. And like, hey, I saved my review because I know you released it last week, but I saved it for this episode because I wanted to let you know how much I appreciate it.
We want to dick ride you in person.
I'm putting this on its own little pedestal, and the reason being is because you can't. I couldn't categorize you based off of these 3 songs, you know. And not that that's the intention, but I think that knowing you from like Jane Eyre and Monopoly and other bands back in the day, like I hear that in what you've put through on these 3 songs. I hear it in your voice. I hear it in the way you're delivering things. And to me, that's nice because it's okay that we're getting Matt, we're getting a very raw, real version of him in his music that you've always delivered, but it comes through on an album that you hoped it would, right? You were very, very proud of the producer you were working with and very proud of a lot of the work that you put into it. And dude, it shines through and it captures, I think, you in like your vocal essence, right? But it reminds me of like I don't know if you're familiar with these bands, but Polienzo, which came from the band Oceana. They were Oceana, a super heavy metalcore band, and ended up having like 8 or 9 members join their band, and they turned into like this indie offset band called Polienzo. And they used this weird acoustic string meets electronic mesh that just fits really, really well. But there's nothing else that I would compare it to. Or like I honestly think you're on like a level of what do you fucking have to say?
I just wanted to point out, Matt, not Oceano with the
not
him, dude. Guy's record, Oceana.
Yeah, no, I literally had to think for a second, but I knew that there was the 2 bands, and I was thinking, was it the metalcore-ish fucking one, or was it the other one? But yeah,
it's the one that sounded more like the Deftones.
Yeah.
Lydia's another band that fucking on their own, dude, in their own category. Another artist I'm a huge fan of is Harmar Superstar. He's also in his own category, doesn't sound anything like you. But my point is, I can't put you in a box with other genres, with other things, because you did only give us 3 songs, right? You do have a very raw, acoustic, earthy sounding song. And then I was surprised at the electronics, man. I was very surprised. I thought you were going to come in very raw and bare, like drums, acoustic, that's it, right? I was
Yeah.
really surprised by the electronics in it, and I think they fit beautifully. I think your tempo is great. It's offbeat a little bit. Dude, I loved it. I love it, and I think I'm excited and anticipating a full length. I don't know what your plans are, but
If we pressure him enough, he might do it.
I would love to hear what, a year or two worth of writing is, especially some COVID writing, right? And if you could progress off this sound, that would be cool. It could be something different. So get off
Not kind of asking a lot.
Get off your dick so you can.
Yeah, no, I appreciate all those things, man. I'm always looking for feedback on stuff, and it doesn't surprise me that you say things exactly like you don't know like where to place me in a genre, because I have a million and fucking one different influences when it comes to music that I listen to and try and emulate and write. So it ends up being this miscombobulated fucking crazy mash of, it's hard to place it in something. So definitely doesn't surprise me at all. But that's probably the reason, is because I just listen to so much stuff and I take influence from so many different styles of music, and it's tough to pigeonhole myself. And I don't, I think it's kind of, I've always kind of looked down on myself musically writing, because I don't have like a sound. Like I'm always all over the place, and I just kind of do what I want to do and what I think sounds good. But at the same time, I think it's kind of a crutch, because I can't like stay focused on a certain genre and a certain sound. So it takes me back every time I'm writing, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like it fits anything that I wrote before. So it kind of sucks, to be honest, being an artist.
I was gonna say, do you think that's a hindrance? Because I feel like you're just going back and you're tearing. Artists always, or you hear like a lot of people say, I should have left it how it was before I, added like shit to it and kind of watered it down. Like, I feel like that's a recipe.
You could still go back and edit the EP. It's only on iTunes, dude. Kanye did it.
Hey, bands do that all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just one of those things where you want to like write and you want to create, and then you like to see where it goes. And this is where these 3 songs ended up. And it's been a long time since I've put out anything with a band, let alone solo stuff. So it's where the stuff ended up, and I am happy with it. I'm proud of it. Everything from where it started to where it ended up. I'm definitely 100% all in on it, and proud of the work. So
I definitely can't pick a vocalist and be like, oh, you sound like them. It's never really been that way. There's been like, when I hear the song Carousel, I think, oh man, Matt could front Imagine Dragons with this song. And then I hear Brian mention Lydia, which, damn, Lydia's such a good band. I don't think enough people listen to them. Go look up Lydia. You could fucking front Lydia with the girl and do duets, and that shit would have been fire. Like, I could see you doing like shit like that. Like, just can't pinpoint and say, oh, you sound like so-and-so. Because you kind of don't. Now, if you were watered down metalcore or post-hardcore, it would be super fucking easy. Oh, you sound like Too Close to Touch. Oh, you sound like Picturesque.
Yeah. And that was the thing that was tough to recording these songs, was like trying to, and I think as an artist, you're always, and that's another thing about me, is like, I'm still trying to like find my voice and where I want to sit in the mix, let alone how I want to sound. It's a weird thing for me, and it's constantly evolving. Like my music tastes and what I want to sound like and what I want to produce and what I want to make as an artist, it's just changing all the time. So maybe one day I'll figure out what the hell I want to do, and it'll sound like someone, or sound like something, or sound like a certain genre. But as of right now, it's really tough. I just want to play and write music, and whatever it sounds like, that's what it sounds like for me. So,
Brian, who did we have on recently that said they were in the Spill Canvas? Who the hell said that?
Evan from In Spirit.
That's right. Yeah. Oh. So Evan Farmakis, the original singer from Vanna, now called In Spirit.
Yeah.
He was in Spill Canvas for a minute.
Cool. Awesome. I love those guys, man. Nick Thomas is someone that I've heard multiple times I sound like. And it doesn't surprise me, because I've been listening to that band for 15 years or so. But
it's the closest I could get to a band to be like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's some similarities with Daryl Palumbo from what is it, Glassjaw, right? But even he is not. You're not spot on with that. Like Matt Geisy is.
He might be with the Head Automatica stuff. Like the Head Automatica can be kind of twangy.
Yeah,
like,
and that's funny too because I was never a huge Glassjaw fan or Head Automatica. Actually, I Head Automatica.
Oh, how dare you say?
Yeah, I know, but not
He was
like
too big into My American Heart.
No, yeah.
Oh.
No, not like I never liked that music or the bands. They were just never like super, like I never got super into them. But it's funny because the last CD we recorded with a guy, Mark Jordan, and Todd Weinstock, that was the guitar player from Glassjaw. When we were in studio, he was literally, they were both telling me like, you're channeling this Glassjaw thing and stop singing like that. So it's just, that's kind of funny you guys say that because literally the guitar player from Glassjaw who was producing our at the time was like, stop singing like him. And I was like, dude, I don't even listen to you guys.
That's the funny part. It's like, I don't even listen to your band though.
No. And I didn't at the time. Like, I mean, I had heard like, a song or two, but it's kind of funny. You guys kind of mentioned that as well, that it's, I mean, I guess it's just kind of throwing the voice and having that kind of whiny shit that goes on with it. But that's kind of the only thing I hear, but I see why you guys did that.
You're like the only person I know who's ever said his favorite band was a Spill Canvas. So like, and I know they're from North Dakota, so I'll never forget those things.
Oh, I love those guys, man.
When you do your covers, right? You're able to match your voice to almost the cover that you're playing to have it sound very similar. I was expecting a little bit, I hear, dude, and don't take this the wrong way at all. I hear Jane Eyre, Monopoly, like twangy emo, like you're the dude from Brand New, like you're fucking, like is like recognizable in the sense that like you're just, you didn't abandon that for a voice that you could do. You could do another voice to fit some sort of like more acoustic or more rock sound, right? But you didn't, and like that's what blew me away about it is that it just came off unique, man. And to come from the desert, it's like, bro, you did an album that people would hope that they could make. I think, or at least a release in the way you did.
You made us proud, boy. You made us proud. Yeah, man, the 760 is proud of you.
Sure. I definitely get the Brand New thing. They've been a huge influence, and Jesse Lacey and that band has been a huge influence for me for fucking as long as I can remember. So if I really wanted to, I've got like 10 or 15 songs that sound exactly like Brand New, like exactly.
Just do it. Just call it old.
Brand New.
Just call it way old.
And honestly, I can send you guys a first version that I recorded here at my house of that song Carousel, and I guarantee you're going to hear 2 seconds of it and go, "Is this a fucking Brand New song?" So it'll be amazing for you guys to hear where that song went.
Will you also send me your cover of Jesus Christ and Sick Transit Gloria?
Yes, I can do that as well.
Have you ever heard him cover Everlong with Monopoly?
No, probably not.
Bro, Everlong and Blame It on Bad Luck by Bayside. 2 favorite cover songs this motherfucker does.
Ooh, all right.
Bayside's great, man. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd be able to find like 3 or 4 guys to start a band with me, and we'd sound like a mix of Bayside and Brand New, and just fucking keep the fucking ball rolling. And
he wants to keep alive the style of post-hardcore that we love.
Yes, dude. Hey, fucking Liberty coming back. I'll jerk off to it. Whatever. Let's go.
Yeah, I did see that.
You think they're still mad at us?
Hey,
mad at you. Not me.
Geisy's definitely mad at me. Yeah.
What the hell did you do to Geisy?
Geisy's kind of harsh.
Well, we were gonna do he guest appeared on your song, and he was gonna sing it live, and he got to the venue, and that was the idea, and then he said he didn't want to, and then he said he was sick, he was drunk, and he also didn't write down the lyrics to the song that he wrote. And I remember saying something like, "I don't give a fuck about those guys," as he walked up. and I didn't care that he heard me. I turned around and I was like, what? Because I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of your band. I didn't reach out to you and get, how much did we pay the son of a bitch? Like $250, $300?
Yeah, well, it wasn't even the money. I just what I remember is that sitting in the back of my fucking Scion box,
chiefing all your weed.
And he literally smoked all of our fucking weed and he drank all of our fucking vodka. Like he just sat there in the back of the car just fucking drinking and smoking. Although he went in the studio and fucking killed it.
He did kill it. Yeah, there's no denying that. It's a song that probably none of you have heard. It's super good. It, took a little influence from Lower D. Look it up on YouTube.
Does anybody have those?
They're still up on SoundCloud. If you look at the Monopoly, I think that song was on the Grape Tree EP.
Was Matt screaming?
I'm not screaming on any recordings, but I'm doing it live.
Yeah, not that man. Now we have 3 Matts in the mix, so I'm getting confused.
Yeah, there was a Matt Sanchez too.
That would be 4. Yeah.
Oh my God, who's the other?
What do you mean? Who's the other? Me, you, Sanchez, and then you got Geisy. There's 4 Matts.
Oh, that's right. And the Matt that you're talking
about. Yeah, whatever. I fucking forgot.
Too much cum nog.
Dude, and it's not even doing the damn trick. I don't feel horny at all. Did you have a goal in recording this EP, and did you accomplish that goal?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Thank you.
I'm terrible at goals in life in general, let alone.
I'm terrible at life too.
But my goal was to go in the studio, put out a couple songs that I needed to get out of me and be creative, and I definitely created that and definitely accomplished that goal. So I didn't have any super, foreseeing goals where I was like, I need to do this, I need to do that. I just kind of let it happen as it was. I teamed up with a couple people, and shout out again to Ronnie King for helping me, my buddy David, that was in the studio doing some harmonies and bass and helping me write these songs, as well as the Index Room. Anthony out there, he's great. He's here local in Palm Desert, but he's worked with a ton of people and was kind of Mac Miller's right hand guy. So I took my stuff to them to get it all mixed and mastered, and he's amazing. So again, shout out to all those guys because I couldn't have done it without him. So
that's crazy.
Anyway, goal wise, I did what I wanted to do, and I just wanted to put out some fucking music, man. So. I mean, honestly, that was my main goal, is just to stay busy. And I'm getting old. I'm in my I'm still on the good side of 30, but I'm getting there. So,
do you have a favorite song out of the 3?
It's tough, man. I mean,
it's gotta be.
I mean, there's so many songs to choose from. No. But I think Carousel is probably going to be my favorite, but I'm probably biased because I've had that song written for 3 or 4 years now. So,
in all the incarnations of that song, I'm guessing like this is the best final version of that song. You said it sounded acoustic before. That wouldn't even have near as much oomph that it has now.
Oh no, yeah. Again, I'm gonna send you a version of that song.
It's gonna sound so whack.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, in the first 2 seconds, you're gonna be like, "What is this brand new shit?" But it really started off that way, and the lyrics really didn't change at all. I've had the same lyrics in the studio. I actually have a version of that song that we kind of kept. That was a different reincarnation of it. That is in a different timing. That I'll probably release in a few months. I'm going to go back to the studio and finish the lyrics on it, vocals wise. And it's kind of this like Michael Jackson fucking like crazy. It's just completely different. And I wanted to keep it. Yeah. And it's kind of a different, it's completely different than the way that song is, but I wanted to keep it. And I'll probably release it here in the next couple months after I finish some vocals on it. But, it just took on so many different styles and versions of it that I'm glad we settled on where we settled, and it sounds good.
I got 3 last questions for you. Craziest tour story? No, I'm just kidding. There's probably Probably can't even tell that. No, you know what? It's probably when, what's the fuck's that name of that band? When Metroid played and like blocked up your whole neighborhood? Yeah. Yeah, so you remember where Matt used to live in that giant, or maybe not, but he had a giant square neighborhood, and Metroid, they were still called Metroid, right?
Yeah, I think at the time, yeah.
Okay, so Metroid play, they were a big deal at the minute, and it's a house party, and they ended up parking so many cars on the street, they were blocking driveways, and cops were showing up directing traffic. They cut the power to the house.
It was pretty wild.
That shit's crazy to me. I was gonna say, what is next for you, and what would you like to do musically that you haven't been able to?
Oh, that's a good question, huh?
And maybe that would include dream collaborations, like maybe you want to collab with Puya.
Yes, definitely. Bring on the poo and the yas.
I'd rather collab with Ponyo.
Stuff I want to do, again, it's all over the place, man. I'd love to get a band together again because I do miss playing with people, and I do miss bouncing ideas. There's something about being in a room with 3 or 4 other guys or ladies and bouncing ideas.
Yo, all female band 2020, 2021, do it.
But yeah,
ladies.
Yeah.
Hello, ladies.
Don't ever do that again.
Oh no! But there's something about being in a room with other musicians and bouncing ideas and coming at them with a riff or the drummer and just going back and forth and creating and writing that way because I do miss doing that. So that would be great to get back in and do something with the band is probably going to be my next venture of trying to get stuff together. But other than that, artist stuff, getting together with people, a lot of newer guys. There's a guy, Matt Mason, that's a real big influence for me now.
Too many Matts.
Yeah, I know. And James Young's another one. But working with those guys or like, getting on a fucking Spotify playlist with somebody like that. I mean, that's a pretty good goal. I think I can stick with and would be good for me. So
I'll put you on my Spotify playlist. It ain't really worth the fuck, but I'll put you on it.
Perfect.
Dream collaborations, and I mean they don't even have to be realistic or logical. If you want to collab with Jimmy Buffett or Saweetie, I don't care.
You could say you want to collab with Scott Stapp as Frank Sinatra, and we.
Oh my god! And you can be Miles Davis.
You literally just took my number one.
If peeing yourself is cool, then consider me Miles Davis.
He could be Frank Sinatra, and you could be Sammy Davis Jr.
No.
The only time we've gotten Matt to go, no, in like a regressive manner is fucking when we mentioned Scott Stapp as fucking Frank Sinatra. No.
Do you know how many times I would wile this guy up and he'd come to me and say, no, stop, shut up, stop saying that, stop saying things like that. What's wrong with you? It's not how you think. That's not what people think and say. Stop it. Or warning me about like you need to behave because such and such is coming over. Oh, okay.
Yes, there was constant. You need to behave yourself. That's for sure. But no, I don't have anyone, man. I mean, to collaborate with fucking any artist would be fucking great. Let's just leave it at that.
All right. So why is it Paramore?
What? Oh.
You're like the only guy I knew at the time. At the time, back in 2007, the only guy I knew that liked Paramore, and you would play them often, and it put them in a new light to me and made me respect them a little more as an artistic rock band instead of just the business of misery to take it from the top.
I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest Paramore fan ever. I don't think, but
you don't like any of these bands enough to collab with them.
No, but it's just weird to bring that up.
Matt, Haley Williams would love to collab with you. Pass. Yeah, you're just like.
I don't know.
Right? It's not even like I just think you'd be good on their record.
You know what?
On what day are we talking?
Yeah, I did appreciate her solo stuff she came out with maybe a year ago.
No, it was this year, and no.
Boot him.
If it wasn't the god, dude, her solo EP was so bad. You go from Paramore to like purposely being boring.
And hey, listen, the only reason that we're bringing this up is we literally had a 30-minute segment on why
we broke it down. We reviewed it.
On why her going to the solo did not.
I know.
Your solo EP is better than hers, and it's got like a fifth of the tracks.
Okay, well, I think she did release that in different parts, and there was one part of that I did enjoy.
Oh, you're an apologist.
But that's it. I am.
Haley apologist.
Haley Williams apologist.
I am.
She did drop a 3-song EP. I think there's like some acoustic shit, so I want nothing to do with it. But yeah, if you like that shit, it's out this week. I didn't review it.
Her leaks have always been her best material.
Either way, I've always appreciated Paramore's. They're real catchy, man. I mean, you can't just like write that shit. You can't just come up with it. Nobody just wakes up one day and is like, hey, let's write fucking Misery Business. Like, no, that shit is fucking catchy, and that's a
ridiculously catchy song.
It's just I gotta respect it, like it's just not an easy thing to do. So
when I say you should front Paramore or guest with them, I don't mean Misery Business. I mean that Ain't It Funny shit. That makes more sense for Matt Davin.
Okay. All right.
Which you used to play that song all the time at your house, and I never really liked it. If you could collab with either Post Malone or Corey Taylor, who would it be and why?
Oh man, Posty for showsy, man. Posty all day long. I love him, man. I love
Matt is out of here. He doesn't give a shit about Post Malone. Matt hates Post Malone almost as much as he hates Drake.
I know, which is weird because I don't know. Post Malone, I feel like he's very talented. He's so young. I love his story. I can't believe that Matt doesn't like him because
congratulations.
No. Listen to the other shit. But either way, I can't believe you don't like his story. Like, I mean, there's so many pictures of him. He was like a total metalcore kid growing up in bands.
He was gonna be the guitarist for Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah,
it's a cool story, but you know what else is a cool story? Fucking Fievel, okay? What does it matter?
West.
If Fievel goes west, whatever. Yeah, not the original. Only when he's going west.
Fuck the original. Goes west.
Oh man, none of our audience knows what the hell that is. That show, that movie was way too old. Like they already tore down the amusement shit they had for it at Universal. Brian's wondering what we're talking about.
What? Give it to me.
It was an old cartoon about a rat in a cowboy hat, and him and his band of rat friends went west in a wagon, I believe.
They didn't. They were on a train. Either way, going back to Post Malone, I don't know, man. I just respect the dude. I think he's fucking his story, everything. I mean, of like putting stuff up on SoundCloud. I think it was SoundCloud, and then the next morning there you go.
Yeah, okay.
Steven Spielberg, come on, man.
I totally forgot.
Yeah,
come on,
that was around the time.
So old.
That was around the time like Rescuers Down Under and shit came out.
Rescue Rangers Down Under. Oh, dude, they're making a new one.
Little inside sneak peek. That is actually one of the Disney movies where you can get like a little Easter egg that's kind of X-rated. If you slow down the scene where the seagull is flying the rats through the city in the first Rescuers Down Under, and you go frame by frame in one of the apartment windows, you can see a full frontal spread eagle chick playing with her vagina from like a 1980s porno. That is one of the Easter eggs you can see. Contact me if you want to figure out.
It's called Jilling Off, and it's beautiful.
Jilling Off.
Contact me if you want.
Let me know. Just slide in them DMs, and I'll let you know how you can find
Brian of Death.
I'll also tell you where to find sex in Lion King. I'll let you know.
You mean sex isn't all over Lion King? We are watching that movie completely different, bro.
I'll let you know where the.
You're not watching the live action one.
I'll let you know where the hidden boners in Little Mermaid are.
It's on the rock.
Plot twist: it's not in the Little Mermaid. And I'll also let you know. I don't have anything else.
P in the V, bro.
I'll also let you know where the deleted scenes of all 101 Dalmatians running a train on Cruella de Vil are, but you gotta,
There was actually 106, but a few of them had parvo.
Oh.
Cruella later died.
Oh, God. Is parvo an STD?
Ooh, all that parvo in her mouth. Gross.
Okay, all right. Pete is mad. We've been banned. Matt, where can they find you on the internet?
Get out. You can find me on Facebook, Matt Davin. You can find me on Instagram at matt.davin. I don't do Twitter, at least not yet, but maybe I'll get on there if Matt can.
Please tell me you created the Matt Davin names. It's already taken.
It's not taken.
There's an account.
There is not. Wait, which one? Oh, Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, no, definitely not me.
It's cool. I have the same problem.
Either way, you can find me there. You can find me on Spotify, Matt Davin, the only one, iTunes, Amazon Music, all that kind of shit. I'm out there. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think. I'll be around. I appreciate you guys.
Totally.
I appreciate you, Matt. Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on. It was a great time.
It was very fun. Brian, where the hell can they find you?
You can find me at Of Brian of Death on Twitter and on Instagram. And you can also find me and my podcast at The Common Chaos. I got 2 new episodes coming out for you guys later this week. And yeah, I've fucking had a great time this week, guys. We're almost at the end of 2020. We got 2 weeks left, and then we're into 2021. Matt, where can they find you? What are we going to be doing over these next couple of weeks?
I swear to God, if your next guest is Matt Davin, you're not original. You can find me on Instagram at iHateTheScene. You can find me on Twitter at iHateTheScene. Make sure it is IH, the number 8, TE, the scene. Often duplicated, but never reciprocated. Whatever. But yeah, it's IH8TE, the scene, because some dumb son of a bitch stole my username.
I was recently told via our lawyers that if I call out this person for stealing our username, that we could face some troubles. But I will
litigation.
I will just say, don't fuck with us. Give us our username back. Thank you.
Twitch.tv/iHateTheScene, Facebook.com/iHateTheScene, YouTube.com. Follow me here. Follow me. YouTube.com/C/iHateTheScene. Complicated, I know. Motherfuckers. So
you can
complicated.
think of it for like C for, I don't know, channel cunt, other things, you know. Yes.
You can also find all of these links at iHateTheScene.com, your one-stop shop for shitting on MGK. Do we have any last words? Next week's guest, too fucking bad. It's just us. It's going to be a special Christmas episode featuring Santa Claus and, you know what, Terry Bradshaw. Whatever. I don't fucking care anymore. Yeah, who cares? No one's listening anyways. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be real good. We're gonna have a Christmas episode, and then for January 1st, we are doing our best of 2020. That means we're given the whole year to pass by, and New Year's Day, we're gonna be so fucking wrecked and hungover that I'm not even gonna want to give you my top 100 metalcore albums.
Tired of it. Tired of 2020.
Let me just sum it up. Currents. Okay. We're gonna give you our top 2020 albums of the year. It's going to be 2020 albums we're giving you, top of the year.
Show starts at 11:59 on December 29th. We're going in a whole 3 days, all 2020 of them. There was only, surprisingly enough, there was only 1,058 albums released, but we're going through 2,020 of them.
Dude, tell me how anyone can count down 100 metalcore albums. I know there was not 100 metalcore albums this year. Metalcore is like, metalcore as a whole is losing money every day we have COVID. Like, if there's no tours, and if Chain Reaction isn't open, and if the whole state of Ohio is on lockdown, then there's no metalcore, okay? Someone call Joey Sturgis and make sure he's okay. Got special things planned for you in 2021. Bigger guests, bigger rumors and gossip, exposés. We're calling out bands, predators, and I'm not fucking around this time, guys. So we'll see you then. Till next week. Last word, guys? Huh?
Thank you guys for having me again. I love you, fellas.
Of course.
Hey, I wanted to talk about earlier when we were talking about maybe doing the, like the...
I knew I was fucked.